we don't know what these are, but we know that's corn, and these are all my plants.
And you're going to be responsible for watering them and fertilizing them and all that stuff, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep, you got to take good care of them.
I will.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. So, as you can see behind me, the garden is doing really well this year, and we have Premier One to thank for that, because without this fence, our peas and our beans would not have made it as far as they have. We have in the past planted gardens that have done really, really well, and then overnight we would have bunny rabbits or a deer come in and just walk straight down the row and wipe out an entire row. So we're really happy that we found Premier One and that we got this fence. I can definitely say that we will not be making a garden without it. Definitely a game changer. There's our corn. I told y'all we had a storm come through here the other day, and it had some really high winds. So if you can see, some of the corn is kind of tilted, kind of pushed over a little bit, but typically it will right itself and stand itself back up, so we're not too worried about it, but we are very happy with how it's done this year. There's a shot of our Roma beans and our peas, and then here you can see the okra and our black eyes, and then over there the last two rows are our zucchini and squash. So this is our girl that was injured, and as you can see, she's under here eating and hobbling along, and she's doing well. We put her back in with the biddies last night just to see how she would do, and so far so good. There's our itty bitties feeding this morning. You have our lavenders, our Domineckers, and our barred rocks here. Good morning, guys and girls. Y'all ready to go back in the pond today? Y'all ready to go in the pond? He scares him when he does that. Look at all the tadpoles in our pond. There's thousands of them. Okay, so we've checked on the chickens, we've checked on the ducks and the geese, and we went out and looked at the garden real quick. So now we've got a couple of tasks that we want to complete for the day. I've got to go through and put clips on these T-posts right here behind me. I'm going to be clipping them right there at the bottom to make sure that they're secure, and I've got to go all the way around the fence. And then I would like to get my flowers planted. I ended up getting some begonias and a couple of more of the Mexican heather plants, and so I'd like to get those planted today. I want to get my soaker hoses installed on the raised garden beds. What else do I need to do today? Oh, and I'll show y'all. Steve and Anderson yesterday went out and we had some plants that were coming up in the chicken yard. And we weren't exactly sure what they were, but the chickens weren't eating them. So Steve and Anderson transplanted them into a couple of containers that we have here. And originally we thought that they were squash, but we got to thinking about it, and I think they're actually pumpkins. We had thrown a couple of pumpkins out there to the chickens, and I think that all of these plants are coming from those pumpkins. So we're going to keep an eye out and see what kind of plant this is and what they produce. Anderson's really excited, and we also want to get our cantaloupe and our watermelon transplanted into the big garden today. we're going to go and put down some of the weed barrier netting and then go through and transplant those into the garden. The weed barrier, all it does is helps to, as the name implies, keep the weeds down, because it's really hard when you have a plant that vines out to keep everything weeded away from it, to make sure that it's clean so that it has enough area to grow. And a lot of times when you go in there and try and hoe it manually, you end up nicking the vine, or sometimes you even cut the vine with the hoe. So the weed barrier hopefully will make it a lot easier to maintain. So that's what we have planned for today. I've got to get started. I kind of was a little bit lazy this morning, sitting around drinking my coffee. So now it's time to get going.
She looked so far down, I'll try to get another camera angle. Is that better? I don't know about you, but it's hot. You don't see my face is red? It ain't cool out here. It's hot. And will y'all please hit the like button for my mom? And subscribe. Because we want to hit 100K. Even though we're at 17, we still want to hit it. And with y'all subscribers that are going to help, we can do it. We can make anything possible. So let's do it!
Okay, so I'm about halfway done. I had to run back inside and get something to drink because my coffee wasn't cutting it. It got a little bit hot out here, and so drinking coffee while it was hot and in the sunshine, not a good idea. I also realized that I am out of my allergy nasal spray because my eyes are just itching. I have bad allergies anyway, and I usually take Zyrtec every day, a Benadryl at night, and then I have a nasal spray that I use for when things are blooming. And fun fact, this field all out here is bahia grass. I'm allergic to bahia grass, so yay! My cameraman decided that he would rather play in the pond over there than help me with the video today, but what do you expect from a 7-year-old, you know? I think my eyes are actually swollen. I can feel it. So I'm gonna get back to work. That way I can knock this out and get all my other projects done for the day. So some of y'all may be thinking, why am I out here doing the clips for the T-posts? Well, it's pretty simple. Steve is 6'3". Well, 6'2" now. He's getting older. He's shrunk just a little. But I'm 5 foot, so it's much easier for me to squat down, and because I'm closer to the ground anyway. So it's much easier for me to get down there and do this stuff. Whereas with Steve, it would not be as easy for him. His back, his knees, I mean, it would give him problems. And so it's easier for me, so why not go ahead and do it, you know? And also, this farm life of having cows and goats and chickens and pigs, all this is something that we wanted together. You know, this is not just his dream, this is our dream. So we're a team, we work together. You know, we got out here and put this fence up together. Yes, he did a lot of work while I was having to work during the day. But Anderson, I was out here helping him too. So we're a team and we do things together. So if I can do something that's going to help him out, absolutely I'm going to do it. And vice versa. He does the same for me. I think that's how it should be when you have a marriage. But you know, that's just my opinion. All right, so on to project number 2. I got the fence done. Now I'm actually going to try and plant some lettuce. Typically lettuce is a cold weather crop, but I'm going to try and plant this and maybe put it in the dining room or on the porch so that it's not in the direct sun. It may or may not make, you know, if it does, great. If it doesn't, oh well, then we'll try it again when it's colder. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on this, and then I can move on to my next project of the day. All right, so I got the lettuce planted. I'm going to leave it out here in the sunshine for a little while. They have to have heat, a little bit of heat anyway, to help them germinate. So I'm going to leave it out here in the sun for a little bit, and I'm going to start working on my flower bed. I'm going to plant my begonias and the Mexican heather that I have here. I also had to go inside and take a Benadryl because my eyes are bugging me so bad. They're itchy, watery. Yeah, it's wonderful having allergies. There's the begonias and the Mexican heather that I got. This flower bed is a hot mess after going through winter, but I'll get it all cleaned up. I'll get the grass weed-eated from in front of it here, and I'll get all these planted, and hopefully it'll look a lot better than it does right now. We're getting there, slowly but surely. And just like that, the Benadryl has started to kick in. I may have to go take a nap. Well, I got some of my stuff done today, despite having swollen eyes and having to take Benadryl. I got started on my flower bed, but I did not get to finish because my Benadryl kicked in and it was kicking my butt. So I did have to go inside. But I did get the fence done today. I got the lettuce planted. Steve got a lot of stuff done as far as the waterers for the pig pen and the cow pen. So it was a productive day. It just would have been a little bit more productive had I not been allergic to whatever it was that I was allergic to. Steve actually had an idea as to what caused the allergic reaction. He took my expedition yesterday to go get feed, and a lot of the chicken feed that we get, it has wheat in it. And I know I've told y'all before, I have celiac disease. So anytime I come into contact with wheat, I have an adverse reaction to it. If I actually ingest it and eat it, I get really sick. So he's thinking that with them loading all those bags of feed in the back of my car, and then I had to take my car yesterday afternoon after he had gotten the feed. I had to go pick up grocery pickup for my mother-in-law. So he's thinking that all of that was still in the air. And as a result, I woke up this morning with my eyes swollen and yeah, just not feeling the greatest. But the Benadryl seemed to help. I'm probably going to take another one tonight just to make sure that there's no lingering effects. All right, I wanted to show you real quick. I cut up a pineapple today, and I don't know how many people know this, but you can actually plant your own pineapple from the tops. All you have to do is cut off the top here and then plant it just like that in a pot, and you cover it with some dirt, water it, and you'll have your own pineapple that is growing. So all you got to do is kind of work this down in there, and then just cover this portion here with some dirt, and voila, you've got a pineapple plant. And it will take a while for it to produce, but just keep watering it. Make sure it's got some good drainage, and you'll be good to go. Just figured it would be a neat little tip that you might enjoy. I came back out here and I finished my flower bed. Couldn't stand the thought of it being only halfway done. So yeah, I had to come back out here and finish it. My OCD kicking. Yeah. Anderson watered the raised garden bed, so that's taken care of. But we still have a lot more to do tomorrow. So, and there comes Wild Man running back in now. And so there's the finished product. I still have to come back and weed eat beside it, but I think right now it looks good. Tomorrow I'm going to add some mulch in the bed. That way it'll help retain the moisture. And before I put the mulch in, I'm going to add some Miracle Grow in there. That way it'll have some fertilizer to work with. But yeah, it's all finished. Steve has done a wonderful job with our cow pen back here. And we can't wait until Monday when he goes to market to get 2 heifers and maybe a bull too. So we'll see, but we're really excited that we're going to hopefully get some cows on Monday. Okay, so we got some stuff done today. We still have a lot more to do tomorrow, but I wanted to come out here tonight and watch the sunset over the pond. It's something that I love looking out, even if it's just looking out the window from the house. I love watching the sunset over the pond.